Hello and welcome to Par None Disc Golf for all your disc golf needs. Thank you for coming to our channel, and we hope you enjoy this wonderful round at Oregon Park. We're playing the front nine silver to silver.
Hole 1 at Oregon Park is a par 3, 240 feet, straight in front of you and slightly downhill. I'm throwing first. I'm taking my Luna, just throwing it out wide right. I know it's not going to push too far past the basket.
Alright, I'm up next. I'm throwing my Boss. Just hoping to get a good drive going. I hadn't played in a long time, so I just want to see a good long drive come out of my hands.
Alright, so I chose to go with a mid-range for this shot. I'm just using my Buzz. Went a little wider right, but it actually cuts back pretty well because the basket's kind of down by the trees over there.
Alright, as you can see, I juiced it way too far, so I got a long putt going. Wanted to air it out, but it ended up going too wide.
And I'm next. Not too far away, inside circle 1, but first hole nerves made me pull it right.
Whee!
Alright, so I put with a roach most of the time, and looks like I'm probably about like 15 feet away here. We didn't actually end up filming our third shots there, but we all made our par putts. Alright, hole 2 here, 196 feet, silver to silver. It rests up on top of a hill a little bit, as you'll see in just a second. I'm up first. I'm throwing a forehand. I have to get around this tree to the right. I throw it a bit too high, end up at the bottom of the hill.
That was for the trees. Yeah, like little short.
All right, and I go with a forehand Buzz here. Another mid-range, and then as you can see, I put a little bit too much anhyzer on it, and it kind of breaks left, but still end up all right.
So I've got my Mamba out here. I'm just trying to pull a lot of power on it, just hoping to get it to the top of the hill. As you can see, lands nicely.
Damn, that first one hurt.
Here's my second shot from the bottom of the hill.
Never.
All right, and I'm pretty much, straight out of here, about 15 feet again, probably.
Ooh. Close. I come in with a nice yikes style putt with my pure. Ugh. Look at that bad boy.
For whenever we're all close together.
Here's hole 3. It's got 298 feet. You're throwing into a tunnel of trees. It's a very difficult hole.
I'm up first again. I'm taking my Star Destroyer. This is a really flippy disc, so I'm throwing it out wide right and hoping to cut in through the trees. I end up at the top of the hill, but I didn't get far enough through the trees as I'd like.
I knew where.
I'm going to be throwing my Hades on this shot. The idea is just to use it to get as much distance as I can. And then I pretty much throw it right into the heavens. And then it also hits a tree. So, all in all, pretty hot stuff.
You want to go ahead and play through?
So on this hole I was throwing my West Side King. I was trying to go out wide right, but ended up throwing a little into the tunnel with some little bit of turn on it.
Alright, so I'm trying to forehand because it needs to be breaking to the right. But as you can see, I put way too much anhyzer on it.
I was trying to get my warship through the trees. Did not get through the trees.
Alright, so just trying to get my putt here, and it ends up flailing pretty wide left.
And here I am on the approach. A little layup. Alright, I'm ready.
I have a little shot that I can get to the basket if I just sneak it through these 2 trees. End up just nicking the one to the right and ended up just at the bottom of the basket. All right, and I'm trying to recover from my Previous shot, still decently far away, and I don't get it.
That was bad.
All in all, we went full doink squad, but here's a putt.
I ended up saving par, which is not what I wanted, but I'll take it.
Alright, now we're on task. That's not far.
Hole 4 here at Oregon Park is 268 feet, a little off to the right, just at the edge of the woods. And I'm throwing first, taking my H4. I was expecting this to be a little bit less stable than it is, so going more straight, but I ended up in a nice spot. All right, and I'm throwing a force here, relatively overstable. I'm going to try to forehand it just to get the extra distance. And I cut a little bit shorter than I want, but it's all right.
All right, I've got my custom cat sloth llama disc right here. It's a Captain by Dynamic Disc. I'm just trying to go straight towards the basket. This disc is pretty good about holding its line. And as you can see, get right up on the hill. All right, here's my approach shot. I'm using a Prodigy P4. And as you can see, lay it up right on the hill.
And I'm taking this one with my putter. And just short. I think I'm just outside circle 1. I have a brain fart right here, and I literally just like sail it over the basket.
And here I am, closing par.
You're good.
Again with the Prodigy P4. This form. Ooh, yeah, baby.
And then Alex and I finish out with our par putts, but we didn't get the footage on that one. Sorry, guys. All right, hole 5 here, 237 feet. It's kind of downhill, but it's pretty straight. You got trees going along the right side.
All right, send it, Cofer.
And I'm going to be up first on this hole. I'm throwing my force again, my overstable driver, and just trying to forehand it and have it fade right by the basket. It actually lands, can't really see it here, but it's probably about 15 feet.
Not
It's
bad.
a good drive.
Good. Hey, Johnny boy.
Now I'm on the tee next. Taking my buzz, going a forehand line. Ended up going a little bit higher. I released it on too much of a hyzer, so it goes out a little bit right. I thought it was very far away from the basket, but it ended up being not that bad of a shot.
So here I've got my Latitude 64 flow. Just hoping to get a straight line and just open field downhill.
Oh, terrible. Hi, guy.
All right. And here I am on the approach with my pure disc. Just hoping to go around the tree to the right. So I take it on the angle and get a nice little layup, nice to the basket.
As you can see, I ended up not that far away from the basket, but I guess I still have jitters because I pulled this one right.
Yikes!
Yeah, that wasn't that great.
There's a one.
All right, so here's my putt for birdie. I guess that's probably, I don't know, not real bad judging the distance. I've said 15 feet like 5 times already. This one might actually be 15 feet though. And I end up grabbing it for the birdie.
Yeah. We need that. All right, good. Send yours in, Johnny.
And of course, here I am to close out the hole. Nice little putt.
And then I got this little tap in. I have 100% confidence in myself, and I ended up hitting the band.
Boo! Par none, hey.
Hey, Alex, do you have something to say about that? Yeah, I do.
Here's hole 6, 250 feet, par 3. Bends to the right.
Again, I'm going to be using my force for my forehand shot. Pretty much do that exclusively. Just trying to go left and, have it come back in. But I throw it a little too close to the side and kind of end up on the trees over there, but it's all right.
Switch spots, Cofer.
Now I'm on the tee. I'm taking my nuke, going to forehand. I need to throw it out wide enough so I can get past all those bushes. And I ended up throwing it perfectly.
It's still rolling. Still rolling. Still rolling. Is it right? Still rolling.
Alright, I was in a lot of pain, so I didn't have too much going for my forehand, so I figured I could try the Latitude 64 flow. Ended up actually coming out of the hands pretty nice. Ended up a little wide, but not too far away from the basket. And here I am on the approach. A little layup for my pure disc.
I've got a pretty long putt here, but I was just, going for the approach shot. And then I end up overpowering it like crazy somehow by the grace of God and overshooting it by about another 20 feet.
Here I am. Here's par. You gotta love it. All the hope and doink. Doink squad!
Here's my second shot. Trying to figure out how to putt again. Got this small gap in between these two trees here. And this is for par, obviously. But living up to our name, it's going to be no par for me. I do make this next little shot, though.
That's my doink squad dance. Yeet! And then my dunk. Thank you, Shaq style.
Hole 7 at Oregon Park, 233. You have to miss the initial trees to get to the pin. I believe I'm up first. Taking my Luna. I'm going to try and float it out to the right. Released it on way too much hyzer, way too left. So I have a lot for my second shot.
So I'm throwing the flow again on this hole. The goal is just mainly to miss the trees, but since it holds its flight pattern, figured I could throw it into the straight into the field and have a good open putt.
I'm going with the buzz here. Trying to go pretty much straight in between these, go to the right side of that over there. I get a pretty good shot off, and you can see it just nicks the tree right at the end there. I think I'm about 80, maybe 90 feet out. All right, my putt's a little bit closer, but not by much. And as you'll see here, I don't know. Dirt.
All right. This is beautiful right here. Easy putt, and the king of doinks is back in practice, my guy.
And then I just, me and Johnny make those last par putts. All right, this is hole 8. It's just 200 feet. As you see on the map, it's over on the left, kind of through some trees a little bit. I'm up first. I think I'm throwing my Mako here. Just the idea, throw it pretty flat and straight and have it glide out left. And I rocketed it in the right side. I'm actually going to be stealing a disc from Johnny's bag, the machete. Super overstable. Trying to throw it straight, flat. I end up not throwing it straight, or flat rather. And it takes a giant skip into the creek right there.
And now I've got my neutron relativity. It's got a nice straight line, taking this bad boy right into the middle of the field. Of course, I throw it a little bit more, too far to the right, but it comes back. Got a pretty good view of the basket thanks to a tree.
Good to go.
And trying to get an approach shot here. But as you can see from all the screaming children.
Whack!
And so attempt number 2 here, it does not come back and fades pretty far right.
Here it is. Another nice and easy open putt. What's your boy do? I air it out, of course. Because why not?
Coming back from the creek, here to save my par. I do just that.
You made a putt.
Finally.
And here I am, getting par, because that's what I was looking for.
All right, going for this putt right here. Let's call this one 20 feet. And hit the chains, falls down. Frustration. Flip the other one, miss.
Shame. Walk of shame. Call you the chain messer. Here's hole 9. It's pretty straight, but has a lot of trees along the route.
I believe I'm going with my Hades here. Hoping that it'll just, go around the left side there, but throw it too far, I hit a tree.
Same tree.
And here I've got my boss. Take it straight through the middle of the trees. It ends up hooking around and lands about 15, 20 feet away from the basket.
I'm up. I'm taking my ESP drone, my overstable mid-range, up high through the gap. Not as far as I wanted it to go, but I'm still within my putting range. All right, I'm going with the Mako here. Just trying to get closer. Looks like it does pretty all right.
It should be set up and good.
I finally figured out how to putt again.
Caw-caw!
For all of our shots. This is fine, right? No.
This will be for par here.
That's my putt.
Nice. And I get it.
And here I am, surprised, because when I took my drive, I didn't notice it landed so close to the basket. So give myself a little pat on the back before I take this putt that I probably don't.
Yeah.
But wait, can it be? A made putt. There it is.